Hello, good morning, all. Thank you for attending this interview session. And please make yourself comfortable and just relax here because we will sharing our thought and experience regarding to our topic that I have mentioned in interview schedule that I have given to you before.
Thank you for inviting me. So I'm really excited for this topic today.
Really? Do you remember what the topic that we will discuss today?
Of course, about the EFL learner social interaction skill in the use of virtual meeting.
Exactly. The purpose of this interview are to collect the data and analyze about the influence of EFL learners' social interaction skills through virtual classroom. And I will tell you the rules of our interview here, and I will ask you with several questions related to our topic, and you just answer honestly. And for the rules to answering, the first interviewee as Diana Ratnasari will answer firstly, and after that, the second interviewee as Komala Dewi will answer the same question. Do you get it?
Yes, I get the point.
Yes, of course.
All right. To shorten the time, let's start with the first question. Okay. How long have you been taking virtual classes in Unixa?
Maybe since 2020, from the beginning of entering college until now.
And I, same with her, we have never participated in face-to-face learning when entering lecturers.
Okay, it means you have a lot of experience during the implementation of virtual learning. And what are platforms that you use often?
Um, in virtual learning, we use Zoom or Google Meet.
Often we use e-learning Undixa sometimes to submit the assignment or make a discussion with a partner.
Okay, I conclude if in virtual meetings you usually use Zoom or Google Meetings, and for discussion commonly use e-learning Undixa. And now take some time to think, does language teaching using virtual platforms ensure the learner's demands in foreign language learning, especially in English?
Um, I think for now, the platforms is already enough to support our learning process.
I agree with her because, for example, when we want to discuss orally, we come and use a breakout room in a Zoom meeting, but not all lecturers do that in our classroom.
Okay, for now, the platform supports your virtual meeting and discussion. But how do you feel if compared with the real classroom environment?
So I feel easy in real classroom environment.
I think real classroom environment fits me more for language class.
And why do you think easier in real classroom for language class?
Because in learning, we must interact to communicate with others.
I think we must implement our target language in the learning process, but in virtual meeting, I feel anxious thinking that the teacher does not see my nonverbal response and seriousness during the virtual class.
All right. Uh, if I'm not mistaken, I heard about interaction before. And talking about interaction, what do you know about social interaction skills? Do you think it's important for you?
Yes, I do think so. So we as EFL learners, it is really important, like to interact using our target language to develop our fluency.
Yeah, I totally agree too. Because I think interaction is important to train our what's that, our language proficiency.
Of course, social interaction skills are the approach to make EFL learners improve their integrated skills in the medium of collaboration, interaction, and sharing. And how do you feel in the use of virtual classroom in order to collaborate and sharing with others?
In my opinion, sometimes I feel isolated during virtual class. So because that's make me hard to collaborate with another friends except my close friends.
And I think I will fear to be disconnected during virtual class. Sometimes I choose to be passive. Sometimes.
All right. So, are you always feel isolated and disconnected during the virtual class?
For me, just sometimes if I don't get the point of the material.
Of course, yes, but this is sometimes if I meet a strict lecturer, and in that classroom I feel so pressure.
Okay. And beside your negative sides feelings of virtual meetings, let's take some time to think about what are the most important benefits for using the virtual meetings.
For me, actually, the most important benefits is what is it? Flexibility in learning. So I like to learn whenever and wherever I want, and I learn more about how to use the technology to help when I learn. So that's the benefits that I feel.
And me, the most important benefits for me are I can learn from many search on the internet during the virtual meeting, and we commonly easier to um, replay the lecturer's explanation from the virtual meetings recording. And for the discussion session, I feel like it's more helping me to understand when we do the discussion through e-learning, because I can read them more than once.
All right, great answers. Very complex, and it means you are suitable with learning independently.
For now, I felt more comfortable and independently. For example, whenever any of my group member posts something about her topic, I try to find more by reading on the internet maybe.
And I agree, because we like to have boundaries with each other.
All right. From your answer, I can conclude the benefits of virtual meeting is learning more flexible and independently. And beside the benefits, what difficulties did you encounter in using the virtual classes?
For me, some of the difficulties in using virtual meeting as maybe some of the technical problems. Like for the first time was the worst. I knew that I was supposed to submit my assignment on that day, but the things happens. Uh, my internet connection was in trouble, and then I didn't submit my assignment on time, and I got B minus on the on that course.
she said that I agree. Technical problem is a big deal for us, but for me, sometimes I felt not confidence in speaking in the virtual meeting, and I feel safe and also confidence when I turn off my camera. Often when I do a virtual discussion in e-learning, sometimes when no one want to starting the discussion first, other could not start to, and when then I create a thread and said hi, like no one answered my greeting, so I feel that yeah, like that.
All right. So that's all about the lack of technical and self-confidence during virtual class that cause low interaction. And related to your difficulties, what suggestion do you have to solve your problems and for improvement of the social interaction skills regarding to improve social interaction skills?
Well, in my opinion, to improve virtual meeting, as the lecturer must be give some space to students for adaptation with the virtual environment, right? For example, give us more collaborative activity, maybe for example like peer teaching or peer assessment, something like that.
Uh, for improvement, I think that the sum of the lecturers must be more flexible with our trouble. Like, sometimes the technical problem that makes us feel less pressure.
Okay, from your statements, I can summarize now virtual meetings has benefits and also weaknesses. If we relate with the improvement of social interaction skills, there is low improvement here. And we must consider a lot of students' attitudes and learning methods, not just technical problems. And before we end this interview session, do you have any question or want to add something?
From me, no.
For me, I think enough.
Great. Thank you so much for your participation here. I really appreciate your attendance and sharing your experience here. I hope this interview will be a good data collection for our future research and can beneficial for our language learning.
Thank you, my pleasure. Happy to share it with you.
You're welcome. I hope your research is